Hey everyone, so this is my review of Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 7, called The Darkest Place. And basically what this episode is about is that Supergirl comes face to face with Cyborg Superman when she attempts to try and save Mon-El from Cadmus. And this was a really fun episode and interesting, and really sort of brought Cadmus to like the forefront and not having them be like this secret group in the background anymore. And I did really like all the stuff sort of like surrounding the Guardian, but I wish they could have done a bit more with him like being good before they made everything go really, really bad for him. The plot of like this murderer going around killing people and trying to frame it as like vigilante justice was a really cool idea, but the way they chose to execute it felt a little flat to me, and it just felt odd with how they chose to do it and who they actually eventually made like the bad guy be and all that. Just felt really not that well thought out in my opinion. I also wish they could have done a bit more with the Guardian before starting to like loop everyone else in on the truth of who the Guardian is. Because it was kind of fun having like the part at the beginning of this episode where Alex and Kara were poking fun at the Guardian and wondering like who he was and stuff. But now basically everyone either knows or probably will know soon in the future. So it's not as like exciting of a thing where basically now the only like real important person who doesn't know who the Guardian is Kara. So that's not as fun. And then all the parts with Cadmus were very interesting because I liked seeing Cyborg Superman to an extent because I really liked and found it really cool. But also it was a little overdone in my opinion with like how they chose to like show his super strength and like his abilities and stuff. But also I wish they could have shown it a bit more to show off like just how much Cyborg Superman is kind of like Superman. And it did bug me a little bit with them adding yet another LL initial name into the mix with Lex Luthor's mother, whose name I can't fully remember. But it's just another LL name that I have to try and keep track of whose LL name goes with whose face and stuff. And just good gosh, there's so many of them in the Superman universe. And I found it really cool that in this episode they had like Cadmus sort of showing off a bit more of Mon-El's abilities. That in the past episodes with like the DEO and stuff, they kind of like talked about them, but they didn't really show them. Like the one example is when Cadmus talked about how Mon-El's allergic to lead. So when he's shot with a lead bullet, it's like really, really hurts him. That was really cool, and I wish they would have talked about that before. And then I really like that they brought Jeremiah back into the mix, and that they didn't go all the way to Cadmus and not bring him up at all, because he is such this sort of important link in Cadmus. And I did enjoy that they did have the one moment where like he's saying that he's proud of Kara and proud of Alex for who they've become while he's away, and just having him be there I feel was such a necessary moment that it would have felt odd if he didn't show up at all. And then I really enjoyed that they did show something affecting John with him having the white Martian blood in him, because I knew that something had to happen there for it to have to be like this such a dramatic moment in the last episode. And it was, and all the stuff they did surrounding that was really, really cool. And I want to know what's going to happen there in the future, if he's just going to end up having to be affected by this white Martian blood, or if they're going to find some way to fix him, because they have to, because he is like the last green Martian, so they have to do something with that. And I do have to say, overall, I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait for the next one, which is like the big sort of like superhero team-up episode. So yeah, that's my review of Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 7, called The Darkest Place. So yeah, bye!